Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. So in today's video we do have some breaking news to talk about today, and it is fully official and it is confirmed that there are many clubs that actually consider to participate within the Super League. They are going to be pulling out, and if you guys are hearing this right now, by the time I do post this video there's probably going to be brand new details regarding these clubs pulling out from the Super League, because this news is just too new to talk about in a video. But I do want to talk about this right now and extremely fast, because I think that when we hear teams like Chelsea, Atletico Madrid, Man City, Man United, Arsenal, FC Barcelona all pulling out away from the Super League, this is huge news, because many of us actually did see this coming because of the amount of pressure these fans and the other people that are working within the club disagreeing with these big clubs actually joining the Super League. But before we do go further into today's daily news, I do want to talk about our sponsors for today, and that is the OneFootball app. The OneFootball app has always been recognized to be the best football app you could find on the App Store. When it does come to the hottest or the latest news that is going on in the football world, you could find all of that within the OneFootball app. And as for us Barcelona fans, all you do have to do is make an account, and then once you do make that account, you will be able to find a choice on what teams you do want to follow. So all you would need to do is turn on the push notifications for Barcelona. Then moving forward from there, you will be notified on the total amount of goals Barcelona has scored during a match day. You will also be able to see when Barcelona do start and end their matches, and then the most important one is that you will also be notified when Barcelona are currently operating a transfer or will be doing a transfer in the coming summer of 2021. All of this is going to be in the OneFootball app. So if you guys are interested, there is a link in my description. You will be able to click it. It will take you straight to the app, and then from there on you'll be able to create your own account and then follow the teams that you do want to follow. And I will also like to thank the OneFootball app for sponsoring this video and for supporting an independent creator. But now let's get back into the video. But the reason why I am here to talk about this once more, it is because I do want to answer the question of why was the Super League shut down so quickly? Because about 3 or 4 days ago we did not even know if the Super League was going to exist, yes or no. And now we are here, right, knowing that the Super League was going to exist and actually come into the football world immediately, and now we're hearing that every team is pulling out and that the Super League is finally burning down. Everything is moving very quickly. But look, last night Florentino Perez, who is the president of Real Madrid, he did have an interview with El Chinguerito, and he was explaining what this Super League was all about and why he wanted to create this league in order to benefit the big clubs. And he was stating multiple key points, like for example, there are many clubs like Chelsea, Man U, Man City, Juventus, FC Barcelona, Liverpool. They all backed the idea of a Super League. He was also stating that many of these clubs have already signed the paper, a form that they do want to continue and go on with this league for the next season. And he also did state that these clubs that have signed what Florentino Perez had to propose, they believe that these clubs deserved more money and that these clubs were dying because of what the pandemic have brought to these big clubs, and that they needed a solution, and he believed that the Super League was one of the solutions. He has also stated that the players that will be participating within the Super League, they will not be banned from any type of federation, like for example the FIFA, the World Cup, or any type of domestic leagues like La Liga, the EPL, the Italian League, the German League, the French League. These players, according to the president of Real Madrid, these players will not be facing any sort of ban, and he has assured that. But ever since that interview, right, it almost did seem like it was inevitable that the Super League was actually going to happen. But here's what I do find very interesting. Ever since that night in Spain when they had that interview with Florentino Perez, between that time of that interview and the time where these clubs are now pulling out from the Super League, between these two time frames, there was so much protest going on. And I am talking about, there was protest in Barcelona, there was protest in Chelsea especially, there was also protest in Liverpool, there were signs outside of the Liverpool stadium, and then there was also protest from Manchester City. And one of the key people that has spoken out about the Super League was actually the manager of Manchester City, and that is Pep Guardiola. And he did have an interview a couple of hours ago, and he did state this: it's not a sport when there is no relation between effort and success. It's not a sport if it doesn't matter if you lose or if you win. And let me tell you, this statement that Pep Guardiola has put out into the interviews, this was actually before the clubs have pulled out. And I do not think that it is a coincidence to hear a statement such as this from Pep Guardiola, who is one of the best managers in the world, and then right after, only for Manchester City to pull out from the Super League. Because I do strongly believe that the Man City owners were probably looking at what Pep Guardiola was saying in the interviews, and and they were stating that, wait a minute, our manager, the person that we have hired, the person that brought us the most success in Man City, the person that brought us towards a semi-final match in the Champions League for the first time, is actually disagreeing with what we want to do. I almost don't want to tell these owners and say, of course you're going to listen to them. Like, did you not think about this earlier before you did sign those papers to go into the Super League? Like, do you believe that it makes sense to enter a league where even if you lose or win, you do not have to pay the consequences? That is not football. That is not what football is all about. When you win, you want to feel awarded. When you lose, you want to feel the punishment. And Guardiola has made that very clear in that statement. And since then, ever since City, which was actually the first club that has been reported to pull away from the Super League, many other clubs were following with what Man City were doing. And then I also do want to speak about FC Barcelona, because this is a Barcelona channel. So if you guys are watching me for the first time, this is a Barcelona related channel. We always talk about Barcelona in every video. But as for Barcelona, it says here, according to Xavi Torres, that Joan Laporta will not finalize Barcelona's entry into the Super League until they have received the approval from the socios. Without their okay, the Catalan club won't take part in the competition. And let me tell you, I also do strongly believe that the socios within this city of Barcelona, they are going to be disagreeing with this idea. And we have already seen it. We have already seen the protest. We have already seen the banners outside from the club stadium. And I do trust that the socios of FC Barcelona, they will do the right thing. And I know that Laporta even knows himself that the socios will do the right thing. Because when Laporta did sign those papers on agreeing to join the Super League, he knew exactly what he was doing. He knew exactly that if he was going to leave this up to the socios would choose the correct answer and the correct solution. That Barcelona should be nowhere near this Super League because of the way that this is formatted. Because that is the reason why Florentino Perez did state that it was not difficult to convince Joan Laporta to sign those papers. Joan Laporta already knew even himself that yes, he was going to sign these papers, but there was going to be a clause within those papers. And that is that the socios are going to have to decide whether Barcelona should be entering the Super League, yes or no. And let me tell you, the world and Laporta, they have already gotten some answers on what Barcelona will be doing in a couple of hours. Now, I do want to answer a question. The fact that Florentino Perez was so convinced that many clubs and Barcelona were going to continue with the Super League, the fact that they're going to be withdrawing from this league and not make this happen no more. Does Barcelona have to pay any consequences? Do we have to pay a fee? Are we going to be facing a ban? Any type of punishment for actually leaving and ripping this contract apart? And it says here, according to Marcelo Bechler, that Barcelona will only enter the Super League after the approval by the members committed in the assembly, which is the socios. Then he continues to say, there is a clause in the document signed by Joan Laporta with the Super League which protects the club from having to pay any termination penalty if the members do say no. And we also do have a report coming from Talk Sport stating, and I quote, all 12 clubs are meeting tonight to discuss the disbanding of the Super League. So it is 99.9% confirmed that the Super League will no longer exist and they will not move forward going into the next season. And let me tell you guys, like we have previously did discuss in the past videos regarding the Super League, many of these clubs were planning on doing this for a very long time. They had that idea that one day we're going to create a league where only the best is going to be playing there. And they knew, right? They assumed that there is going to be backlash on this idea. But looking at this today, I feel like the clubs and the owners were probably looking at this and saying, yeah, we were not prepared with this type of backlash, because the amount of people that were disagreeing with this idea has been immense. Because not only are the football fans stating that this is a horrible idea, they're also stating that these clubs not only participated within the Super League, but they have shown their true colors. And it did get to a point where we do have some other breaking news that the Manchester United owner, who is also considered as the chairman of Man United, is stepping down, and he will not be the owner of Manchester United no more. And that is only because of the backlash that was received to Manchester United for joining this Super League. Then we also do have some other news regarding Real Madrid, who has actually been the leader of this whole Super League idea, Florentino Perez. There has been multiple sources claiming that Florentino Perez does feel the pressure to resign as the Real Madrid president. And I do think that it is safe to say by this point that the Super League is dying, that the Super League will no longer exist moving forward. And I am happy, right? I'm happy to see that for those of you guys who have been commenting down in the comment sections down below, I'm happy to see that many of you guys are actually thinking about the mid-table to lower division clubs. Because we can say all day long that Barcelona should be going into the Super League and playing against the best, and that we should be gaining the most amount of money, because these lower division clubs to the mid-table clubs are sucking out the amount of revenue Barcelona, Real Madrid, Chelsea, Man U should actually be getting. We could act like that if we wanted wanted to. But in the end, we did choose not to. And the owners and the clubs were probably looking at this and saying, yeah, we did not expect these fans to act in this way. Because like Pep Guardiola did say, it makes no sense for a sport to create a division, a league where it does not matter if you win or lose. Because look, we care about these lower to mid-table teams. We want them to compete against the top level teams. Even though we do state every day, in every video, in every pre-match preview, that we want to completely demolish these lower division teams, the Huescas, the Watfords, the Southamptons, the Real Sociedads. We want to beat them correctly, not in this way, not in a way where we want to completely disconnect ourselves from these clubs. This type of way, this Super League, it is not the correct way to win. We must win correctly. The fans have spoken out, and the club and the owners are finally realizing that this was never a good idea to do so in the first place. So from here now on, every club is going to be moving forward and going away from the Super League, and they will be disconnecting from this league in their own way. Man City will be leaving the Super League mainly because of what Pep Guardiola has said out there into the interviewers. Also for FC Barcelona, we do have Joan Laporta, who has made it very clear that yes, I will sign the forms, but I am going to leave it towards the socios to decide whether Barcelona should be in this, yes or no. And Joan Laporta, again, knows exactly what he's doing because he knows the exact answer the socios are going to be given. Then as for Chelsea, they are preparing the documents, getting all of the papers ready in order to formalize that they will be leaving the Super League as soon as possible. The same thing is going to go for many other clubs like Arsenal, Tottenham, Manchester United, and Juventus. Anything new regarding the disbanding of the Super League, we will be talking about it here in this YouTube channel. So that's going to be it for today's Barcelona Daily News. I will be making a pre-match preview for our match, which is going to be on Thursday. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are new here, welcome to the channel. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys in the next video.